is Sling TV for?
I think Sling TV's for the millennial audiences, for I think the users out there, the consumers out there who don't necessarily want to buy 500 channels of television, but they certainly want to have some of the programming, selected programming that's available out there, including ESPN. So it tends to be, I think, they're targeting some of the people out there who don't already subscribe to television, the 10 million U.S. households that don't subscribe to television, and let's target them. Maybe let's see if a smaller, skinny package, if you will, would be more attractive to that audience.
So, Praveen, what's the distinction here when you get, say, HBO Now on Apple TV, on Sling TV, available multiple sources? What's the difference? Why would I go to Sling TV versus Apple TV?
I think really for millennials, I think it's about choice. So, I mean, I think we've heard the argument before that if you unbundle the bundle and, go with different things, that the price may be higher. But I think what people really want is a choice, right? So, some people may just want to watch HBO. They don't want to watch Cartoon Channel because I don't have any kids, for instance. So I think it just creates more choice with different packages for people, and we'll just kind of see how this plays out.
Can it handle it, though? I mean, what has Sling TV done in the last 4 days to prevent another crash when Game of Thrones premieres? Yay! On Sunday.
Yeah, I think, that's the issue with anything that's broadcast over the internet, right? Because we've seen it, I mean, even I was watching the Duke, NCAA final on the internet, and for the first 5 minutes it was crashing. So I think one of the issues with, cable versus internet is just this huge bandwidth. So, whether it's a World Cup or it's a really big event, I think they still have to kind of sort out some of those quality issues online.
Yeah, is that going to prevent more rapid adoption, Paul?
I don't think so. I think, as Praveen mentioned, broadband access and bandwidth is going to be a long-term issue for internet usage, particularly online video. But I think some of the consumers for over-the-air television, as they go over the top, I think they're a little bit more, open to some technical difficulties. But again, as you start paying more and more and higher packages, that's when I think the expectation for quality is going to go up. So
made much harder now that we have net neutrality rules somewhat in the works, right?
Right. So I think somebody paying for a Sling or paying for an HBO Now, $15 a month, is going to expect a absolutely near perfect execution and programming, just like they get on their cable system. So again, I think that the pressure is going to be on some of these over-the-top providers to provide, absolutely high-quality service, which Netflix, by and large, has done, for example.
Praveen, what's the growth rate for these kind of things? Like, how many users does Sling TV have, and what's the growth rate there?
Well, I mean, I don't cover the space actively, but what I've heard is they had, I think, 100,000 signups. So, I mean, that's, I think, about the only number that we've seen from these guys so far.
Do you think we'll see consolidation in the streaming space? There are a lot of players, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think eventually we might. There'll be some winners, some losers, some shakeout, but we're still very early innings of this business. And I think a lot of the over-the-top players, like Sling TV, like HBO Now, like Netflix, they're trying to figure out what consumers really will pay for, what is the absolute best package of channels that they will pay for. And so a lot of these companies are experimenting, even Viacom with Nickelodeon, making that available to parents over the internet is kind of an experiment to see, what types of programming work over the top. We know that Netflix, with over 30 million U.S. subscribers, that model works. Let's see how some of these individual channels work in a marketplace. Do people really want to go a la carte and choose exactly what they want to watch? That's actually unproven right now, so a lot of these companies are trying it out.
I just want to watch Game of Thrones, I'm going to be honest.